Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, class. Sorry for today. We won't be having any meet for today, but tomorrow we are going to discuss the answer for all the tasks that I'm going to give you today. Okay, so the first one is a listening activity on page 24. Okay, so later on I'm going to play I'll be sharing an audio for the listening activity. So it is for activity 1 and activity 3. Okay, so activity 1 and activity 3 will be based on the audio. Activity 2, you are going to answer the questions. So you have to look at the questions 1 to 8, in 3 below, and then answer these questions. Okay, so you need to read question 1 to 8 first to get the answer for the questions. Okay, the next one would be speaking activity. So for the speaking activity, you have activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, and activity 4. Alright, so for activity 1, ask and answer the questions with the partner. So we are not going to have a pair work here, but you try to find the answer on your own first, and then tomorrow during our meet we will discuss this again. So I want you all to get the answer first, yeah, and then we will gather all the ideas together tomorrow. Okay, and then number 2, in speaking task, you are often asked to compare several ideas and then choose which you think are more suitable in the situation given. Therefore, you need to be familiar with using the comparative and superlative forms. Choose the correct options from the sentences below. And then number 3, work with a partner. Your teacher has asked you and your partner to research and write a project about a mystery in your area. Here are some ways in which you could investigate and discover information. First, talk to each other about how useful each idea would be. Then decide which 2 ideas you would choose. Use the words and phrases in the language bank to help you. So this activity is actually you're not going to write anything, but for tomorrow I would like to listen to maybe some of you to maybe talk about any mystery, not only in your place, but it can be from any parts of the world. So just share your information in the class tomorrow. You need to refer to the language bank. In the language bank, what do we have there? You need to use some of the phrases in the language bank when you want to give your ideas. Yeah. So some of the words is are I think, or I don't think that, I feel, or I don't feel that, I would say that, I believe, or I don't believe that. That is saying what you think. And then when you want to express your preferences, you could say, personally, I would prefer to, or personally, I would rather, is more or less likely to, would be more interesting or useful or helpful than, is not as interesting or is not as useful or helpful as. Okay, so last one will be, again, this is not going to be a pair work, but rather be a group discussion, class discussion. Okay, so number one, do you enjoy reading books or watching television or films about mysteries? Number two, do you prefer mysteries about the supernatural, for example, ghosts, vampires, etc., or crime mysteries? And last one, would you like to experience living in the past if you could? If so, which period? Why do you say that? Alright. So especially for the speaking part, this one you need to prepare on your own first. So tomorrow we just gather all the ideas together during our class. You just do each part that you know first, and then during our class tomorrow we will try to clarify. We will discuss again. Alright? Okay. That's for today's lesson. Yeah, so we have listening, activity, and speaking.